Everyone. Again, thank you for joining today. And I briefly want to introduce kind of the vision behind what we are doing here with the Learn portal. So research is a complex area where you have to use your analytical skills, but also use your critical thinking and presentation. And so, as you know, on the Learn portal, we provide a lot of training opportunities for free, as well as very affordable access to the different premium coursework that we have. But ultimately, what we envision is that you can transition from learning into actual research project. And so this is what this research fellowship is all about. The research fellowship is a program for those that already have the basic training in bioinformatics. If you don't have any basic training in bioinformatics, you can reach out to one of our team members and they can guide you on how you can gain some practical skills. But once you've acquired those practical skills, the objective of the research fellowship is to really think about a topic where you can ask a novel question and get the answers from data. And so briefly, I will just show, maybe I'll share my screen. So when you have created your profile and you have started your training, as Sonanika mentioned, you can get points by completing courses, which are going to be found right here under your profile. You can see different courses. We have two types of courses. One type of courses are basic training. For example, if you would like to understand what is transcriptomics, what is machine learning, what is statistical analysis, how to do it in R, Python, or using our big data analysis platform, the T-Bioinfo platform. You can search here. For example, if I want to understand how to use Python, I can search and I can find here a couple of examples where I can apply this kind of scripting to analyze data. Once you've completed this coursework, a lot of times you are interested in a particular domain, let's say oncology. To learn about these different projects, you will find a number of projects. So here you can see project on modeling cancer precision medicine, or how to analyze TCGA data, the Cancer Genome Atlas. So instead of just learning about cancer and separately learning about analysis of omics data, you get a paper that was published in a high impact journal by an expert team. And you can analyze the same data that they have used, following some steps that you should already be familiar with, and connecting the logic of analysis to the research question that was posed in that publication. So this project-driven approach allows you to connect the biological questions with the research challenges, with the data sets and the methods of analysis, contextualizing methods of analysis, and really allowing you to see the impact of your analytical thinking applied to a particular domain. After you've done that, how do you know that you're ready? How do you know that you can actually start applying these methods to a data set? Well, as you know, on NCBI, for example, there are many different types of projects that you can find. So if we're talking about cancer, maybe we can talk about immunotherapy, right? And now you start the process of thinking, how do I find a meaningful data set where I can apply these skills that I've acquired and actually develop a research project? Maybe you're already in a PhD program or you're in a graduate program, and that's a requirement for you to develop an independent project. Well, the best way to do this is to try and think of a specific topic that you would like to focus on. How do you find the topic? Finding a topic and developing from that topic a research proposal using bioinformatics, using in silico analysis tools, can only work either if you've spent a lot of time thinking about this already, or by leveraging what other people have published about it. In other words, doing literature review. And so what we have developed here is also a specific course on how to design a research proposal or a bioinformatics research project. And so this research fellowship essentially goes through key steps that you would have to take to, first of all, prepare literature review, then identify a data set that could be used to answer a particular research question, know how to summarize and explore your data, perform in-depth analysis, and identify what are the most important findings of this analysis that could be generalized or could be used, and then also how to turn it into a presentation that could be peer-reviewed. In other words, somebody who is an expert or a novice can look at the description of your project, can identify the data sets, can understand what you have done, and will be able to make reproducible results similar to what you have done. And that's really the objective of this research fellowship. Now, what is the broader impact? What is the broader vision? Well, number one, many experts in these different fields do not have sufficient time to dedicate to analysis of other people's data. And as a result, every lab tends to focus on one particular aspect, and they need to leverage the other body of public domain data to inform their questions, inform their decisions about what new data to generate, and also connect the data with the biological understanding of that particular field. And so the research projects that we put out from this research fellowship program are linked to some of the important research projects that our company is collaborating with researchers in different universities on to help those faculty and researchers inform decisions about their research projects. So as a result of going through these specific steps, publishing your project on Learn, getting feedback from peers, and then potentially turning this project into a poster presentation at a conference or a research publication in a journal, you are contributing to the research field and you are helping others understand what data can tell them about that particular domain. So as you can see, this course is a free course that anybody can take. So anyone can go into this course without paying anything, and you can start thinking about how do I search literature and identify a project that I can work on. After that, if you're a part of the research fellowship, we also organize weekly sessions. And today is an example session where we actually go through some of the findings, and some of the research fellows present their findings for feedback, get the feedback from experts and from peers, and as a result, refine their analytical process to get reproducible and high quality results. Okay, so before we move on, I want to ask if there are any questions, if anyone has any questions about what I presented in my part of this session. And then afterwards, I will pass it on to Dr. Harpreet Kaur to introduce some of the research fellows that will be sharing their progress today. So I see one question or comment from Citizen Narti. He's saying, my name is Isaac Narti Tete from Ghana, a postgraduate student of Center for Food Technology and Research, Benue State University in Nigeria. I am here to acquire transferable skills and competencies in research to develop impactful research and also network with other research experts. So great. So first of all, welcome, Isaac, but also what we want to invite you to kind of build these relationships, build on your research skills, is essentially joining this research fellowship program if you feel that this is the appropriate type of program for you, and work with others to work on joint research. If there are no other questions, okay, so I do see a couple of questions. So can we publish our findings for international journal later after completing this research fellowship? So the research fellowship is intended to get you started or potentially complete a project. There are two options. There's a 3-month option and a 6-month option. In the 3-month, and there's actually also shorter options available as well. If you have a specific requirement and maybe you only have 1 month or 2 months, depending on your stage, we can obviously recommend the appropriate length, but thinking about a real research publication, if you would like to publish in an international journal, there are several requirements for that. Number one, you do have to know what you're doing, and so you need some training. Number two, you potentially want to work with an expert that can guide you and shorten the time from some general and non-specific questions to focus on very specific things that you would like to publish on. And then finally, as the process of your submission, there are a lot of areas where our expert team can help you eliminate commonly identified mistakes and kind of get to that submission faster. But we do recommend at least 6 months for somebody that would like to finish a full research publication, because it does take time. Okay, question number 2. I am Anand Shukla, a BTech Biotechnology third-year student. How can I be a research fellow at this time? So again, we even have high school students, so it doesn't matter that, you know, what level of education you currently have. The most important thing, Anand, is you need to be interested in doing research, and you need to understand that research is a marathon. It is not a sprint. So it will take time. You need to have the perseverance, and you need to understand that this is a complex journey. Research is not a tutorial. You can't follow a tutorial to do research. Research is open-ended. You can find answers. Sometimes you don't find answers, right? So there's a lot of things that you need to consider there. But if you want to join this specific program, you can join it right here by going onto the Programs tab. And here, find Research Fellowship, right here, Research Fellowship. So Monica, if you could please update this image to have the title. And this is the program, right? So there is a payment for this program, but the payment is to provide you with necessary support and big data analytics platform access so that you can process and analyze big data. Now you can learn a little bit more here about how this will work by looking at the schedule. And after you've seen the schedule, these are just specific steps that we will follow. You can join at any time. It's a rolling submission. This is a program that will last throughout the whole fall. If you have any specific questions about timing, payments, anything like that, Sonalika Ray will be able to answer those questions. Okay. Can the researchers we work with act as references for future PhD applications? Yes, we have a number of students that we have provided with obviously based on merit, right? So looking at your participation, looking at your activity, we provide recommendation letters, and we do have experts, Dr. Mohit Mazumdar, Harpreet, and others that have the right kind of credentials to support your PhD application. Okay, sir, I am from animal biology, life sciences, non-research background and don't know how to use bioinformatics tools. So can I take this course as a beginner and further go for a research project? You can, Muskan, but I do not recommend doing that. In fact, I would recommend, first of all, right, use your time and your resources wisely. There are a lot of courses, as I mentioned, that are asynchronous courses. You take them whenever you want to and however many times. You have a small fee that you pay for premium courses, and the other courses are completely free. Start there. Create an account. Go through some introduction to bioinformatics if you are completely a novice in bioinformatics, or look into a course called Bytes and Molecules. So this course, Bytes and Molecules, for anyone who's starting, will really put together all the necessary elements in place for you to be able to apply bioinformatics in a particular domain. Okay. My name is Mukesh Chand Bhairwa, India. I have completed Master's Bioinformatics from Central University of South Bihar, India. There I accept any fellowship after completing a project. Not sure what the question is. Maybe you could clarify. Okay, hello, I am Dr. Avi Raizada, PhD from BARC, India. I am here to learn data analysis. So that analyze research data and already reported published researchers with the aim to analyze the same data for giving different interpretation. I'm very much interested in applying for research fellowship. Okay, so again, the way you do this is you go to the research fellowship program. Your application is essentially linked with your readiness to start, right? It's a process. We have specific steps. There are requirements on time commitment and requirements to join, and you will see today some examples of how to do that.